Hui, aloha. Pehea maine oi.
How do we say fabulous?
Okay. All right, let me get this all set up.
Fabulous, my name, fabulous.
How's your maine? Okay. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So I sent you a list of the questions, so we'll run through that. I'm probably going to cut this beginning part, but what I'll do, like I said, is once we're done, I'll transcribe everything, break it down into something that's about 500 words, send it to you for your approval, and then once it's approved, then we'll publish that in Kawaiola. And what I'll also do is I might take snippets of it so we can post it as social media stuff as well.
So it started about 10 years ago or more.
Papakilo has been, yeah, we did the public launch 10 years ago.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I used it, I was on Kauai. That was about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're one of the OGs then.
Yeah, but it was just by chance and remarkable. Since then, I've been using Papakilo.
Oh, thank you, mahalo. By the way, just to let you know, I was getting the times mixed up because I think you said you had time after this or whatever, but I'm in Chicago right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. You get palm trees over there.
yeah, you see them. Nice. Oh, nice, huh?
I get beach. I never know they had nice beach like that.
Okay, so we'll jump into it. And I sent you a list of the questions that I'm going to cover. If you want to take anything in any other direction, then that's fine. We can keep this as long or short as you want. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do like a 3, 2, 1 countdown just for my own.
And
When
you're
my
gonna start you're gonna ask the questions, right?
yes,
And then
I
I
will.
reply. Good.
I will.
Good.
Okay. Uh, 3, 2, 1. Aloha mai kako. My name is Kale Hannes with the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, and I'm here with an esteemed kupuna hakumele Loea of Hula and all around informed gentlemen of our Hawaiian community, Kawaikapuokalani Hewett. Kawaikapu, mahalo for joining us or joining me today in this sit-down interview. So I guess tell me a little bit about yourself. And then I know lots of people may know things. They have their own interpretations of what you may do, but like let's get it nanaike kumu. Let's get it straight from the kumu.
Aloha mai kākou, o au o Kawaikapuokalani ke Hewett, ka ino o ko umauma kua o Alexander Kapili Aloha Hewett ko umapua kane o Alice Puolelani kana e Hewett ko u makua hine. Noho no mākou I ke ia ahupua o he e ia me ko umauku puna o ia hoi o Iva wahine ali'i Rowan kanae kana kane ko ukupuna kane o ia hoi o Frank Kaaiali'i o Liloa kanae. Noho no mākou mau makahiki I ka aina ka ahupua'a o he e ia. I am Kawaikapuokalani ke Hewett. My father, Alexander Kapilialoha Hewett, and my mother, Alice Puolelani Kanae Hewett. We lived for many, many years in this ahupua'a of He'eia, I loko o ka home, within the home of our grandparents, na makua o ko'o makua hine, the parents of my mother, and that is Iva Wahiniali'i Rowan Kanae, who is a Komomua descendant of He'eia, and of course, my grandfather, Frank Kaaiali'i o Liloa Kanae, of the Kanae Ohana. So mau makahiki ka noho ana amahako I ki ia aina. We lived here for many, many years. Mai ku uwa kamai ki loa, hiki ia manawa, noho mau no I he e
Oh, my kai, my kai. It's always good when you keep it in the family, yeah.
Olole e. Iwa kalua, kana lima mau hanau na no ki ia aina. We're 25 generations.
Oh, that's certainly something, especially nowadays with increased property taxes and everything, and so it's a testament to the mana and just the fortitude of your ohana. So that's one of the great stories that we like to hear about, how family land and just the strength of ohana has really persevered throughout the years. So mahalo for sharing that. Lots of people know you from Hula and Hakumele, as well as many other things within the Hawaiian community. So I guess if I were to start with a simple yet complex question, who were your kumu, and whether it be Hula or Hakumele, and how did you kind of get on that track, and what does either dancing hula or doing Hakumele, or even I know based off of your introduction, you do a tremendous amount of genealogy research. So, like, I guess what got the ball rolling with all of that? Who were your kumu, and what inspired you?
So I have to go back to the mo'okuauhau of ke ia apua o He'eia. In He'eia, nui no nā kumuhula. There were many kumuhula.
I.
Ai no o ke kahi kumu o ia ho'i o Kanuku Kapamanu.
Ah.
Kanuku Kapamanu, kaulana o ia I ka hula. Hula o no ka mo'i ka la kaua.
Yeah. Oh.
E kupa no ki ia aina o He'eia. O kona tita o ia ho'i o Kihei Kapamanu. Ua male o Kihei Kapamanu me George Rowan, our great grandpa.
Okay.
And so the genealogy of the Hula of the Kapamanu family from He'eia. O ke ia Kapamanu, Kanuku Kapamanu, ua hele ako oia I the First World's Fair. No ka ho'ike ana no o ka hula.
Yeah.
Hele ana oia ale mapopo. Where was the First World's Fair? But ua hele oia me ke kahi mawahine hula no ka ho'ike o ka hula I ke la aina, no ke la aina nui, the continent, yeah. And then hope o kona ho'i mai ana a mau no I ka hula I ke ia hapua'a a hiki I kona wā ele makule a ho'okomo oia I loko o home luna lilo, ka home mama po e kupuna. I laila no I ke la luna lilo home, ua ha'ule oia. But, kona tita, kona kaikua hine o Kihei Kapamanu, ua male ia me ko kupuna, kane kolua kua kolupaha, a noho laku I He'eia, a nui no nā keiki, a mako no, ka ohana, o ke ia family, a ono I ka hula, ka oli, a me nā mo'omeheo a pili pono no me ka hula. So we all learn from those traditions. But of course then, growing up, I went to study with my own grandmother, who would be the granddaughter of, well, actually, George Rowan was my grandma's father. So that's really close, yeah. Ohana of hula. And you know, Kihei, when Kalakaua would come to He'eia, ho'okipa ako oia I ka hale o Miss Wahine Ali'i. O Miss Wahine Ali'i ke kupuna wahine o ko'u kupuna wahine. My grandma's grandmother, Wahine Ali'i, a noho oia I ke la aina o He'eia. Pili ka hale o lako ma ke ia aina o Kealohi. So when Kalakaua would go there to visit our great-great-grandma, it was Kihei Kapamanu that would entertain Kalakaua, and Kihei sister Napo'e with music and dance. Oli, yeah, Ahiko presentation. So that's how it started. Then from there, in 1972, Auntie Emma DeFries came to ask my grandmother to take me to be her hanai, to learn all of these things that she had learned from her grandfather, that was Kaleo Ha'alulu na Pahi. So Auntie Emma went to take me to Ke Iwa Iwa Heau in Aiea to study all of these things at the same heiau that her grandfather, Kaleo Ha'alulu, had taught her. And I went and I spent many, many years with Auntie Emma de Vries up until the time she ha'ule'iho. Well, Auntie Emma took me to, of course, Auntie Iulani Luahine, because they were cousins, Makekau Ohana. And the learning didn't stop. See, I made a big choice after college. I wanted to be a school teacher. I got my BA, I started teaching school. To go back from my MA or even a PhD, I decided I'm going to go for the pedigree. The pedigree was I'm going to study with all my kupuna. Because I wanted the KUPUNA, you know, the K, the ku'ike, the vision of the future, the ulu pono, to grow with the pono, the perfect order of our kupuna, to grow with the pule, the P, the pule, and the pilina, mena aumakua. I wanted the ulu kau, which was the inspiration that comes from the pule and the pilina, mena aumakua, right? And then, of course, I wanted the na'au, the wisdom and the knowledge and the enlightenment, and then the A, the big A, the akua. You see? And then you get the pedigree. And so I decided, why get the PhD when I could get something that at that point, and even now, I still feel was of such great value. Auntie Melia Lobenstein, I went to study, Auntie Edith Kanaka Ole, so Auntie Adeline Lee, there were so many people. And with many of them, they came to ask my grandmother for permission to take me to be a student to learn. So it wasn't I was out seeking them. I somehow, we were all interrelated as families. And because of that, they took responsibility, and I went to study with all of them. So that's how I got the KUPUNA. Yeah, it's true story.
That's the first time I heard that. That's the first time I heard that. Hoi hoi kila.
Well, you know, when you live with kupuna, right? Then you understand you maupopo pono. Ke ia ano ona po e kupuna. You see, na lako no I hanai mai ana ia o mai ku waka mai iki no. Mai kela manawa, ahiki ka manawa o ko lako haole iku ana. Wala au no lako ia u. Malama no lako ia u. Ho au no lako ia u. E pile ana no ka olelo ka mo kuahau a me ka mo olelo. A mauno ke ia imi ana I loko o Papakilo.
And mahalo for sharing that and like tying it very nicely in, because when we first launched Papakilo maybe 10 years ago, and you were actually one of the first people that talked to me about that, and you were using it from the very beginning when we publicly launched, and here we are today 10 years later, and you're still using it. You're still using it for research of all kinds. You're bending my ear every once in a while about this and that, and I appreciate and value the fact that you find it as such a resource, a trustworthy resource. So, like, how did you actually come up? Do you remember how you came across it? You were just doing research, and did it pop up on a Google search, or was it recommended to you?
I'm not exactly sure. I remember I know Makauai. No ka'oa no o ka hula o ke kahi mau haumana no no lako I aila noi no lako I au ina hiki au ke hele o kipa me lako no no au I laila e lua mau pule no ka'oa na ia lako kela manawa I ke ahi ka manawa ku pono no ka imi ano no ka ike research and so suddenly I was researching the mo'o kuauhau o ka ohana. because ka ho'opipili an ia inoa me kela inoa a pela aku no. So I somehow chanced into this thing called Papakilo, and that was 10 years ago, makamoko o Kauai, and from that time until this time, mauno, ku'u imi anono o ka ike I loko o ka Papakilo, ike I pili anono na ino o na kupuna, a me ka na mo'o lelo I pili anono I ko lako ola ana I ke la manawa mamua, ka imi anono I na mo'o o lelo, na mo'o kuau hau, nui no, ka ike I loko o o lelo Hawaiʻi no, o lelo Hawaiʻi ka mea nui ke la. Ina makapuna wau e hoʻonanea I ki ahi lehe no I ki ia mea Papakilo, noho me ka hoʻomalu, relaxation hoʻonanea, lelo no I nā mo'o o lelo, I pili ana no I nā mea Hawaiʻi a pau. Mauno, kuʻunanea I loko o Papakilo.
Mahalo. So using it for all types of research, like you mentioned Mokuauhau, the genealogy, and Hakumele.
Mo'olelo.
Yeah, Mo'olelo are stories.
Ololeno, amena ki'i o na kupuna. Ia o nui na ki'i I pila no na kupuna.
Pehea na oli or na mele.
I loko o ko o mana'o, nui no nā mele, nā oli, nā mele, I loko o Papakilo. Aka o kela mau mea nā ke kahi kupuna e ale nui ko o make komo I loko I kela mea no ka mea o nā mea o nā ohana wale no, o ka'u imi ana I loko o ka Papakilo. O ke kahi mau kanaka a mena ohana o ke la kuleana a ko la ko kuleana. A ohana o mākou ko u kuleana nui. No ka ho ike ana no I ke ia mau mea I lo ano I loko o Papakilo no ko u mākuahine me kona mau hoa hanau, kona o ko ho mākaukau no o family reunion, makamaka no nā ko iki I mau mea, vai nui e pile ana no ka ohana o he ia o ka ohana o komomua. When we get family reunion, 5,000 people showed up 10 years ago. And then ke la manawa hiki a o ke ho ike aku no ia la ko, na inoa kupuna, na mo'o kuauhau kupuna, na mo'o lelo kupuna. Ala I ke la manawa, nui no na mo'o lelo I loko o kanu pepa o lelo Hawaiʻi. He mea vai nui ke la.
Yes.
So nui no ka umahalo. Ia o kou ma oha I pile ana no ki ia Papakilo. He mea vai nui no ka la hui Hawaiʻi. I ke ia ao, no ke la wā māmua, no ke la wā māhope. He mea nui ka ho'o mauana o Papakilo.
Yes, I mean, like you said, you can find so much information, mo'olelo, and I understand about how, if you're looking for songs, sometimes it's not your kuleana, you have to accept the kuleana of the composer or whoever posted that to make sure that you find out the correct mana'o and the na'au behind, and even the kauna of those meles. So, and that's something that people have used in the past. They've used it. I mean, even I remember a time when I used it to look for a certain wind and rain name for the island of Waimea on the island of Kauai, and I was able to find it there. So they published so many things in the Hawaiian language newspaper. Through your research, is there any specific story you want to share about how this is like? I remember you emailed me once and said, I found my great grandfather or something like that. It's, I guess if you want to kind of share that and say how it kind of really opened up some doors that you thought may have been closed before.
laki no hoi no wau e ko kua mai ana i au. Ke la manawa ua noe no wau ia oe i nga hiki oe ke ho paa he kii e pile ana no ka mo o kua o ka ohana a loa ia no i mai loko mai o ki ia Papakilo. So at that time I asked you to make me a copy of the genealogy that I found.
Yes.
And o ki ia genealogy, o ki ia mo o kua hau e pile ana no ka ohana o ko o mākua kāne. O ko o mākua kāne ke ave mau hili o ia. Nui ka ohana e pili i ki ia ali o ka wā māmua o ke ave mau hili. Aia no i loko o Papakilo, i loko o Kanupepa o Lelo Hawaiʻi, a loa no ke ia mo o kuau hau, i hana ia nā ka ohana, wā māmua loa, nā la ua, nā la kou no ki ia ho o komo ana. Laki, no mākou i ke la manawa, māmua o ke la, aale ka nui ia o ki ia mo o kuau hau me mākou. So, o ko ohana i loko o ki ia Papakilo, make au imi i ka nui o ka mo o kuau hau. Ana, aia no Papakilo a loa no. Ka mo o kuau hau i pili ia ke ave mau hili. Ka inoa o ka o kupuna wā hine, ka hinu pāwā o ka lani. O ka māma o ka hinu pāwā o ka lani, ka wahine au kai o ni hoa ke aka kai uli. O kona pāpā, ka maiholi o ke ave mau hili, ka pāpā o ka maiholi o ke ave mau hili, ka halau hale o ke ave mau hili. O ka halau hale o ke ave mau hili, o ke ave mau hili. O ke ia halau he kono hiki no anahulu o ke la ai wailua. O ka halau ka ino o kupuna. No hono la kou me kana wahine o ia hoi o kana hele au moku ma ke la aina. Lo ano ki ia mau mo o lelo i pili ano no ka ohana i loko o Kanupepa o lelo Hawaiʻi ma Papakilo na ke akua no ka ho o maika.
So do you have any recommendations for like the first time user? I know that you've said when you've shared with me, it's very easy to use, but at the same time it can be very daunting as well, because you put in a search for like one name and it comes up with thousands and thousands of results. So how would you recommend to like the first time user or somebody who's just kind of they're starting on their journey? Any tips or tricks that you would recommend, or just dive in?
For the first time user, you just have to try. Navigate, learn to navigate. You know, unless you're going to attempt ki ia imiana no ki ia mau ike I loko o Papakilo. You have to not be makau. Baka ho'okomo ana I loko o Papakilo. Ho'okomo no me go. Make. Yes, just go. And then search little by little, small things first. Put one name, ho'okomo kekahi ino na kupuna. And then, of course, many going to come out, but you got to read through it all, because sometimes plenty of people get the same name. How are you going to go? You're going to look for that name. Then you got to research that name. I have no lako in Hawaii. Where did they live? E pila no ki ia kanaka, o ai kaino o kanakane, ai ole o ai kaino o kanawahine, and then you match everything together. And then from there you go learn. You know, makahana ka ike. The more you're going to do, the more you're going to learn. See? Hana mauno, ike mauno. And the more you continue, the more you're going to learn. And then when you reach my age, ua hana ia, ua ike ia. We did it, we got it.
Yes. Oh, mahalo nui for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. Any last thoughts you want to send off to whoever's going to view this?
I would like to say that Papakilo is such a valuable resource for all of us today. And I would hope that it will be there for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. Papakilo and the information it provides is so valuable for research.
Yeah.
And if I had not chanced upon Papakilo when I did on Kauai 10 years ago, I would have not been able to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of the mo'okuauhau, the genealogy, the mo'olelo, the stories, the inoa, the names that today I have knowledge of. So big mahalo, ke'ena o OHA, to the Office of OHA, me oko, ka ohana, ke ia kumuhana, e pile ano no Papakilo. And so I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Mahalo anu.
Mahalo nui, Kawaikapuokalani. It's always a pleasure to see you and engage in some always kuka, you know, kamailio. It's always great. So mahalo nui, and then please take care, and then we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Hui ho kākou me ke aloha.
Aloha. Okay, that was good. Now I got my work cut out for me because now I gotta translate all your Hawaiian.
Only easy, not gonna be hard, you know. I would just leave them like that and say, figure it out. When it says translation, just put figure it out. You can tell them, go start learning in Papakilo.
Well, thank you so much.
So much information and words in there, yeah.
Yeah. No, what you provided was perfect. Thank you. Thank you. You doing okay?
Fabulous. You know, somebody said I should cut my hair. I said, no, wow, when the time is right, you should shave your beard. With
starting this one. Yeah.
And you know, I enjoy it. I just, you know what they say there? The early bird catch all worms, huh?
Yeah.
We'll go.
Okay. Mahalo. Take care, yeah. And then I'll send you the revised version.
Okay. You take care. Aloha hui ho.
Malama pono. Aloha.
Malama pono. Aloha hui ho kaua.
Hui ho.